get out my way a little bit.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington football team. First down, Gibson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled. At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Ball carrier. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
No gain on the play.
It's on play action. They'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First down, Seattle.
Now Wilson on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 3. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got his target, Samuel. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return will stop right around the 25. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They go play action here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Sione Takitaki with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his second touchdown on the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They run toss to the right with Drake. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 17-0 our score after 1.
Washington 17. Seahawks nothing.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 14-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
Washington, 1st down.
Now a give right side. It's Gibson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out
Do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And he finds McLaurin, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
Mike 54. Mike 54. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Right there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Washington.
From 13 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find a target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now it's counter. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jay Sternberger there. Third down here. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
31's the mark. Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 31.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chase Young, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now here is another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes this Washington 31. Seahawks nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
He sets to fire deep. It's caught at the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
You ready? You ready? Slam.
Back to throw. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
A fumble on the play. Out of bounds, the offense retains possession.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Still going inside the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's James. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, watch the ball. Yo, run it. Check.
From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.